papers in my room.
So tell me your name.
Ellis M. Hubbard,
Ellis M. Hubbard. And when were you born?
1931,
31. Okay. Where at?
in Hines County.
Hines County. All right. All right. Mr. Hubbard?
Where I'm going.
So we want to ask a few questions of you about what were things like when you grew up, about your family. So tell me, how many siblings did you have?
I think it was 3 girls, and I think it must have been about 7 boys.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And which one were you?
I was the second boy because the first boy died, and I don't know. I think my mama said I was something like maybe a year or so after then when I was born.
Oh, okay. Did you know how he died?
No, I don't. I sure don't. I never did ask her, and at that time, people didn't have no lot of doctors, and people kind of had midwives and things of that kind, and had old folks to kind of teach them things, and they didn't have they didn't have no lot of people to direct them. So I don't want to say how he died or nothing, but they said he died.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about your earliest memory.
Oh, goodness, my earliest memory. I don't know. I used to live. We used to live over on a place called the Fox Place, and I know that my earliest memory was some of the Yarber family, which was my dad's sister and her family. She had 1 daughter, but I don't know. I can't remember. It just been so long. See, that wasn't yesterday it happened. That thing happened some time ago. So I can kind of remember her taking me to school down in Low Grove, and we went to school. It really was Davis Hill number 2. But they call it Low Grove. I don't know why they did it, but that was the sound of the people, and that's some of the first thing that I can start to remember.
Okay. Tell me about your first home growing up. How many rooms did it have, and how many bathrooms?
Well, I tell you what. Growing up, we had. I think we had maybe 3, maybe 2 or 3 rooms, and didn't have no bathroom. And we had to use the pot like you talking about the lady talking about down in Savannah, but we didn't have no bathroom, and didn't nobody else have out there. Didn't nobody else have a bathroom, whether it black or white. And you know, there wasn't no white folks living down there, because my mother used to work for a company. Well, this was almost in a year after my daddy got sick. He used to work for, she used to work for people in the man named Mr. McAdoo or something it was. But she used to come home and tell me all the time about how they would have bathroom and how they did in the bathroom and all that. And I often wonder then, how in the world could a person use a bathroom in the house and live in there? But I soon find out how it all happened.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Do y'all have an outhouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Outhouse down the hill.
And did you ever have to go out there after hours? At night?
No. We had a night pain. We had a night pain.
Okay. Yeah, I'd been a little scared to go down that hill.
That's right. And see, snake. It was a lot of snakes then. You know, it ain't many snakes now, but there's a lot of snakes then, and boy, snake would they would just about run you, and they would do something to you too.
Okay. Did you have any pets growing up?
Hey, what?
A dog growing up?
No.
No, you ain't had no dogs.
Well, it was a lot of dogs at the house, but it wasn't. They wasn't none of my pet. You know, they were just dogs, and we fed them, but they were just. We didn't even have a hunting dog.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Tell me about going hunting. How old were you the first time you ever?
Well, I don't know. My uncle used to come in hunting a lot, and I used to like to go hunting because I would like to shoot the rabbits. But we had a place when we moved up there on Johnson Place. We used to go back and down there in the woods and hunt and kill. And at that time, people just about lived off of what they kill or whatever they raised. They didn't have no lot of stove. You didn't go to the store and get nothing unless you're gonna get a little sugar, a little flour, because everything is meal. The meal you go into, you used to carry your corn to the meal place, and they could grind it up and make a grits or make chalk stuff for to feed your animal with, and so everything else you had plum there, and you make jelly with, and you had blackberries. I don't know. I ain't seen no blackberry tree now, but they had blackberry where you used to plant blackberry, and so we just lived on the land.
Okay. So tell me about coming up as a kid, holidays. What was Christmas like?
It was real good until I found out what Christmas really was. I just couldn't wait, cause we would have. I don't know. You know, I tell you what I was talking to them about at the church there. But we used to buy apple and put in your car. There were people that had a car, and if you stay in there a day or two, shoot, everybody comes and says, "Oh man, I passed that car. There's an apple in that car. I smelled it." Now, person, you sit right next to you and eat an apple, eat a dozen apple, and you wouldn't even know it if he didn't spit the seeds out.
Oh.
And so. The fruit was a lot different, and everything was just a lot different, and we were glad to have a chance to go hunting and go out and kill it. Even if you didn't kill nothing, it's just nice to go out and then when people get back in, he done killed a big squirrel, a big deer or something. Well, it wasn't no deer, but he killed a big rabbit or something. And a lot of times they be lying because about it. They just don't want nobody to say that they outdid them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun. People would take. We used to put. Old tires, what people used to have on the car. Well, you couldn't find them everywhere because it wasn't in the car. And you used to put dirt in the car, in the tire, and you could run up and down the road and you hit it with your hand and make it roll over, and you could make it loud enough, ooh, and all that kind of stuff. And well, you know, we just had to do something make life, and we was happy with it. You know, I don't know. Well, I won't say we're happy with it, but we were dead with it, and man, we would be glad when Sunday come to go to church, cause and my mom and dad, you had to work every day around the house. You couldn't lay up in the bed. They had a curfew too. You didn't stay out all night either. But when time comes, if you wasn't in there, they'll lock you outdoors. but they made men and women out. We didn't have a lot of jails, and we had one jail in Clinton there, man, and they never did. I don't know if they never put anybody in it.
So you mentioned about a car. When did you first start driving?
I made in 50, and so I must have started driving about 49. I was driving a little bit when I got married, so I would say around 50 when I got married, but and then I didn't get no car until about 60 after I come out of Diamond when I got a car.
What kind of car was that?
It was Chevrolet, but what we call it? You call it I don't know, but it's a car you had to shift with your gear in it, and see people now got all these automatic cars, but you had to work that gear, know how to work that gear, and to make that car run right and do right, and so that's the kind of car I came up with. So it's been a long time, but that's it.
Okay. Was it one of those that had the gear shift on the steering wheel?
Oh no.
Okay, it was on the floor.
Yeah. And we didn't have no starter like your key. You used to have to go take it. They had a long rod that you would go out there and stick it up in the front of the car, and you had to some way you could pull it. If you didn't pull it right, it would kick back and break your thumb. You had to pull it up, and that's the way you got your motor going. You had to go out there to crank it up.
Had to do that little spin on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard those things could kick back and hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your first job?
Oh shit, man. I don't know what you mean by the first job, cause when I was about 10 years old, I was working down the molasses mill. My dad used to make molasses, and shoot, boy, my grandpa he was a man, so, and he would tell you if you were down there and had to go from here out to the highway, he'd tell you run, do something, run. He didn't never just say walk, but I know. I remember one night I was laying in the floor. We didn't have enough bed for all the children, because some of us had to sleep on the floor. And she would tell she told my dad, said, Sweetlo, say if y'all work that boy down there like you did today and another day, say I ain't gonna let him come down there to the mill no more. And that's the only thing that stopped it.
Did you get an allowance coming up?
No. No, I got a switch coming up. What allowance you had? What allowance you talking about? my dad worked out there on WPA. It to up to Florida, and boy, I didn't know it, but it was a good for him. I think they were giving $11 every 2 weeks. I think it was, and no, we were just trying to live at that, cause man, people didn't. If people didn't have nothing, man, the WPA, Roosevelt, pull the thing out, and the people were about to go into a depression, but.
No, okay, yeah. So, let me ask you this. I know you said you went into the military. What branch did you go into?
I went in the Army.
Went in the Army. Okay. And you laid bricks after you got out the military?
Yeah.
Did you learn how to lay bricks in the military?
No. I went to Jackson State and got that degree from Jackson State.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know Jackson State had a degree in laying bricks.
They had a GI Bill, and I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe some of them did, but I didn't get there because I went to Jackson State, and just before I got through, the guy come by there and he said, "Man, so you done pretty good." He said, "Come on, go with me." And I went with, that was the Albert Thickpen, and he the one that really taught me how to lay bricks.
Oh, okay. You know, I never knew it was so much that went into laying bricks. You know, you hear about masonry, and a lot of the principles in there are things that I know when I saw you lay bricks one time, things you were doing using the square.
Oh yeah.
And laying angles and dropping the plumb line, and it's a lot of math to go into.
Oh yeah, sure is.
So
and it's a marksmanship. You got to be on top of it, but we made it.
Yeah, cause I've seen folks thinking that bricklaying is so easy, and you look at the wall they done did, and it's sloped at an angle, and ain't nothing straight on it. All the bricks out of line, and seeing some work that you've done, stuff is all perfectly straight. Everything is lined up, even coming around the corners. You see how nice and rounded they are. And,
yeah.
You know, taking pride in your work. And people don't do that anymore. They don't take pride in
no.
They want to get done and get paid.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, they ain't really about somebody getting done. They want to get paid. And they don't care if they don't never get done, but if they get paid, that's
right.
Yeah,
they try to get ahead of you so they can run off.
Yeah, that's right.
And move on.
That's right.
So yeah. Okay, so that's your brothers also laid bricks.
And my son.
Yeah, that's right. All the boys laid bricks.
That's right.
So yeah, all right. And you taught all them how to lay brick.
Yeah.
Okay. See.
And what is more than them, I taught, because I always had the idea that I ain't gonna live my whole time, and people gonna have to have somewhere to live, and so I try to pass it on what the other people here could take care of themselves, but that's the way.
Yeah, one of the young men, I don't know, I found him through another guy that laid bricks on the house we built, and I found out you trained him how to lay bricks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, you really spread the knowledge around, and he did a good job. But I mean, I was so impressed with It took him a week to start on one side of the house and be on the other side, and then and then come back and do the front of the house.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was actually really good. His name was Tony. Yeah, name was Tony.
Oh yeah.
So how did you meet Miss Hubbard?
Well, I don't know. I was up here staying with my auntie and them. They were staying up in the subdivision, and they were my son, my cousin, nephew, were going over here for Forest Hill. Well, not Forest Hill, over there to Mount Pleasant, which is about 3 miles from here. They used to walk over there every morning and back in the evening. And they were telling me about they were gonna have a canoe over to the school that night, and at that time people were going around and frying fish, and they were selling fish and look kind of a boost for maybe some auxiliary they were having, and then there was a lot of times just somebody would have something to kind of experience for people to go and have fun with. But anyway, those boys come back and they told me, I was working there, and them boys came back and told me that Mr. William got some goods, and I sure wish you would meet. Said, you ain't got no wife. Said, look like they some young, nice girls. Said, I would like for you rich. But I never did pay no attention to them. And I went to one of the thing over to Mount Pleasant, and they had a fish fry there, and I just run up there and just began to talk to her, and we just made up together just like that. Okay. And so I know when you stopped laying bricks, you started driving a school bus. What made you decide to have a second career after third career, because you retired from the military, went to the military, you left there, you started laying bricks, and then you drove a school bus. Yeah. Yeah, well, I tell you what, I've still been driving school bus. School bus is real. It wasn't no hard job, but it was kind of a tedious job. And I had it so where I had a lady with me that she would be the rider. She would be the one to keep the children in line and all this kind of thing. She would help me to find the streets and things, whatever we were going, and help me to get there. Well, Mr. Hubbard, we a little early. We supposed to be there so and on time, or we a little late. Yeah, and she kind of helped keep me together, and but it was real nice. But after Gertrude got sick, then well just before she got sick there, the children were saying, "You getting too old. I want you to come on home." And then I wasn't about to come home, but after she taken sick, then I said, "Well, I done did my part. Now I'm gonna get out of it."
Oh, okay. So.
And now I'm just sitting here counting the days and watching the postman run.
Oh, that's cool. Anything else that you might want to share about your experience all these years you've lived? Any knowledge you'd like to pass on?
No. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I sure appreciate it. I've been wanting to do this, and well, let me go back. So you mentioned Christmas. Yeah, you thought it was fun. What did y'all do the night before Christmas and Christmas morning, and like what was some of the smells from? Did your mama cook, and the smells coming out of the kitchen? Tell us some things like that.
Yeah, well, you know what now? Christmas now. I noticed my daughter coming and they get them a coconut cake and a chocolate cake, and maybe get a jelly cake. But see, my people well, we didn't have no lot of refrigerators, and you had ice boxes, and your ice man would bring the ice there, and people used to cook them cakes and would take some bags and cover them up and leave them on the table, and people have now the lady that used to that I was talking about that I was staying with, her mother have cooked 15, used to cook 15 or 20 cakes for Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
And she would have, for New Year, boy, she'd have many cakes. And a lot of people would come there and would get, and people then were more free-hearted than he is now. And they hey honey, that's a coconut cake, and they take it home, but you give your children some of it. I got a piece of chocolate cake, and you want that? And people would give, and people would give, but people now, they try to hide everything that he got. So I know that when Christmas come, I was gonna get me an apple, and we're gonna get that. They used to have that little harmonica. We used to call them a harp, little harmonica. And boy, when I be walking all through the house, it's good with the dolls and things. And I be walking through the house blowing that thing, boy. It was just a lot of fun.
Did you learn how to play it? Pretty good?
No.
No, you weren't no Stevie Wonder.
No.
But still, just being able to have it and it makes some noise.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, all right. Well, Mr. Hubbard, I sure do appreciate it. I like I said, I've always wanted to learn about our elders' history. You know, things where they were when you grew up.
Yeah.
1931, that's a long time ago.
Sure. 53 years ago. 93 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Sure, yeah.
You've gone through World War II.
No, that was Korean War.
But I mean, you lived through World War II.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I'm sure you remember when the announcement of Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I do. Cause I remember the day that I can't remember where I was going to school or coming to school, but I remember hearing the lady out to me with a big soda cake, and I went into the house. She said, "Bud," they used to call me Bud. The Bud said, "They say that they done bombed Pearl Harbor," and I just said yes, ma'am, but I didn't even know what they meant when she saying that they were gonna bomb. They had to go bomb Pearl Harbor, cause I was about 7 or 8 years old, and she said I didn't know anything about that, but they did.
Did that affect your life growing up?
No,
the war?
No.
Didn't have no effect on shortages or anything like that?
Oh yeah, but we had shortage, cause I remember that we used to have to wear shoes with holes in them, and because we had to get they used to give you a governor. I don't know how they never got this book. They used to have a book there with you could get shoes and clothes with. You couldn't buy no clothes on your own. You had to have that book and had to have them clothes. And them people, whenever if they sold a dress, a pair of shoes or something, they had to turn in that certificate on it. And so they wasn't about to sell you nothing if it wasn't legit. And so it was kind of tight. It was kind of tight.
I didn't know about that. You had to have a certificate to even buy. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Going through that, and then you got the Korean War, the Vietnam War.
Yeah. Well, I got out just when they were getting into the Vietnam War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, that's the reason I got out, because I wanted to stay on in there, but a lot of the boys that come back from Korea, they were coming back here and re-enlisting, and then when they re-enlist, then they ship them up and ship them over there to Vietnam. I said, I ain't going over there. I done had my time with you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Thank you. Like I said, I sure appreciate it.
Okay.
And can you tell me your mother and father's name?
My father's name was Ellis Hubbard.
Okay.
And I think he was born in 1904, I believe it was. And my mother's name was Ellis Hubbard, and she was born in 08.
Okay. Great. Well, I sure appreciate it. I thank you for sharing your history with me.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully we'll get to talk more.
Oh yeah.